The only time I've heard women preach about tradition is when they put things like, in Igbo tradition, any child born under your roof belongs to you. Whenever they preach this or put this, it's very funny. Like, I laugh because that's the only thing, or one the few thing I hear them put when it comes to tradition. The rest, no, they don't want to hear tradition. Why? Because that one encourages their promiscuity. Ashawo. Actually, na about ashawo. So the only one to back up the ashawo is to go and pick that particular statement. Any child born under your roof. Why do you go to go and pick a child from another place to come and born under a roof of a man who paid your bride price? Eh? A man paid your bride price. Then you go and sleep around and bring the child into another man's home and then want to go and put any child born under your roof. I didn't know that women love tradition like this. So until now they are putting this particular thing. If you know, like almost, I've seen only few women, stand behind tradition. Apart from the normal traditionalists you see, like the Ezewine and some of them, you hardly see a normal woman, support tradition. Just few. And a recent particular woman I started seeing online this period. The rest, no, because of what? It hinders them from several promiscuous life. It hinders them because they know that under the tradition of our land, you will not, that promiscuity will not be found. But they want to. It's like a bondage to them. Like a bondage to them. They want to exercise that high level of promiscuousness, high level of promiscuous life. So, but the tradition holds them. That's why if you see a woman trying to, repel that message, you will see the bitterness coming out from her. Anything that has to do with tradition, you see most of them repel it so deeply because of what? It's something that holds them from not exhibiting their promiscuous life. That's the only time you hear a woman preaching tradition. And once it's any child born under your roof, it belongs to you. Why do you go to, get pregnant outside? A woman that is married, you go and get pregnant outside, and meanwhile, this particular assertion they are putting, I don't even think it's what they are. It's not even right because there is no part of the tradition that will somehow or some way support promiscuousness. That particular thing they are even explaining is in the case of a father under his roof and then his own daughter goes out and gets pregnant without a bride price, will bring that child home. That child belongs to that home because the bride price of that woman was not paid. Not a wife that is married. Then you go and give birth, you go and take pregnancy from outside and then bring it inside and start claiming, oh. You see, when people want to defend their evil, encourage their evil, they start looking for things to go and pick. And unfortunately, you picked the wrong one because that's not the explanation. It has to do with a daughter, a lady who got pregnant. That lady that got pregnant now brings that child home. After giving birth, you bring that child home because of what? Your bride price was not paid. Your bride price was not paid. So it doesn't belong to that man. Traditionally, it doesn't belong to that man because that man hasn't paid your bride price. You can choose to go with that child. But once it is, your bride price has been paid. Once your bride price has been paid, and you go and take pregnancy, do you know what? Even in your Christianity, what is it called? It's not called adultery. You just try to roam around to find a way to still help to encourage promiscuous life. And one of the reasons why this particular promiscuity, or prostitution, is highly condemned. You see, when a government wants to really reject a particular, to really express their anger and rejection about a particular situation, they will use the word, we strongly condemn. Our Igbo tradition strongly condemn that attitude. You strongly condemn it. Because there are several repercussions that comes. Let me give you one of them. A child that is born under you as a lady, you have gone outside to go and get pregnant, maybe by standing along the street as a shawu, and then you got pregnant, or by random men, because you have been sleeping around. Maybe you don't even know the particular man, but at the end of the day, you give birth to that child inside or under the roof of the man who paid your bride price. Let me tell you the repercussion. Number one, you hate that child so much. You know why? Because that child will not know his roots. If there is a spiritual performance, spiritual ritual, some rites that are meant to be performed in the land of that child, you have already denied that child from it. Do you know why? Because First, that child is not in his father's home. For the father, the real father, to really stand and take him to go and perform that ritual. Now the child is in another roof, under another roof. Maybe from a man who this particular ritual is not how it's done in their own. Then this man will now go and take this current child to go and maybe carry out this the ritual done in his own side. You have really complicated the life of that child, especially if it's a male child. You have really complicated the life of that child. That child tomorrow will be suffering from maybe financial crisis, misfortunes, and you don't know, you can't trace because of what the root is not even from where you think it is. That's the starting point of it. That's why it's so dangerous to bring in another child that is not a man's child into his own home. That child may be coming from a lineage that is so cursed or that is going through a particular problem, and then you bring it into the home of this innocent man or different man, and then that problem will be reflecting, will be happening inside this home. And the traits you can't think of it. That's why I tell somebody that, do you know that most problems going on in a family, whether there is no childbirth or whether there is one financial problem, most women have idea of it. Most times women know the root, and it's as a result of one stupid thing they have gone to do. They know. That's why the first thing I tell people that if you want to have a good society, control the women. Hold them like this. Hold them like this. Because once you leave a woman does not have a boundary that she will reach and say, oh, I think I've done too much. Let me. No. She keeps trying. Adventurous life. Nothing is complete. She keeps trying to see the new thing tomorrow. The one she saw today is old. Tomorrow you want to say that's you until your own life is gone. Even when your own life is gone, she want to watch the burial, how it goes. And if you're after your own burial, you want to do it again to see a different type of burial of another man. That's why it will not end. So if you want a better society, if you want a society that will at least will be free from unseen and some unimaginable circumstances happening around without trace, hold women. Hold them. If you control them, if you hold them, that society, you will see a lot of miracles happening in that society. But once you free them and focus on men. Men hustle. Men, everything is all about hustling. As men, they hustle. The women, the thing where they don't go cost, the cost is where they don't go bring, but they scatter the blessings. And yet you'll be seeing them as innocent every day, but you don't know that they are the root cause. Look at how we preach about a man marrying two wives. A man marrying two wives. You see, some of you don't even know the background. You thought it's all about fun. It's not all about fun. When a woman is under her menstruation, she is not meant to cook for her husband. She is not meant to cook for even public. If he passes her own food, but no, you say my wife. So what will happen? What will happen before? They have used the don't marry or use Christianity to tie you from not marrying or preach to you that you don't marry two wives. And then now you're asking, so what should we do when she's pregnant? What are you supposed to do? That is the reason or one of the reasons why you marry two wives. That is one of the reasons. If you don't know, you better know now. It's very dangerous, and most of you know that a woman is not supposed to. Okay, some of you think that the problem, maybe you're not seeing the problem. As long as your business is moving fine, as long as they've not started, you don't know that some of the things some of the things happening in our society are not even just what somebody else caused. It is you. It's what you caused. Why I say it's either it's happening directly or it will be happening indirectly is because strong things that will be happening that you are being kept alive to watch them with your eyes happening around you. That's why in the olden days when something is going wrong somehow, they go to consult the gods to know who invoked that rat. Yes, and that person will be punished because you know what is to be abhorred, what is to be rejected, but you went to do it. But these current women, even though they know that, yes, they have idea that this thing is not good. A man is not supposed to eat my food. A man is not supposed to sleep with me. But you see these people, some of them, they actually use it as a punishment. They will allow the man to sleep with them. They will allow the man to eat the food they cooked. And you think that something has changed about it. You think it's no longer effective. It will be happening. If it's not happening to you directly, it will be happening to you indirectly. If it's not happening to you indirectly, it will be happening around you. You use your eyes to be seeing it, and you'll be in troubles. You'll be in problems. Your life will be. Some of you, at the end of the day, you know the reward? Accident. A fatal accident. Yes. That's to tell you how serious it is. A fatal accident, some unnecessary, like very risky. The entire thing about it is that it exposes you to risk, exposes you to untimely deaths, exposes you to very, very rugged incidents that can take your life. You think some of the accidents you see, some of the things, these are things that are caused by these things, but you can't trace the cause. It just happened. Because you are not nature. You are not following nature. You are not nature. So you don't know when they decide to take the action. You don't know when he decides to take his own action. You think you are now free, you have done what you want to do. Nothing happens. Right? That time, that moment, you're expecting it to happen that moment. Or you're expecting a particular thing to come and happen to you. Same way you're not meant to sleep with her during menstruation. That same way you're not meant to eat her food or even any other food of a woman that is under menstruation. If not, you are just, of course, you are killing yourself. And remember, if it is not happening directly, it will be happening indirectly. Some of the things that we invoke happens in the environment around us. Some of them will not even come to us immediately. Some of them we wait for our children to come. And then those things will be unleashed on them. Some of the evils, some of the abominations we are committing today, it is our children. Sometimes, mostly our children. Let me tell you why it is our children. And most times it is not our father directly. It is our great-grandfather. That is why they will come back with those repercussions. I think there's a place in your Bible that even mentions that the sins of your forefathers will come on you. It is not just your own father. It is not even you. That of your grandfather. And you as a man, it's going to come on your children. So you may be thinking that, nothing is happening to me now. The one happening today, do you know when it was caused? That is why you have to secure today. You have to secure today to avoid what will happen in the next 2 generations coming. We have to be very careful in the things we do. If you have heard that this causes this and this causes this, my dear, it doesn't change. It doesn't change like where they say the Old Testament. Now we are now New Testament. A is A, B is B. As long as it is this tradition, there was something that was seen before it was ignited, before it was approved, before it was, performed as a right. There was something, and as long as that thing is still invoked, my dear. So let's take caution. You go and bring a child from you are suffering that child because that child does not know his roots. Tomorrow, if something is happening to that child, instead of that child to go to his father's land or his community land to go and correct that thing, the child will now go to the current father without knowing that is not the place. And if there is a blessing released for that community, the child will not receive it because it's not from that community, it's not from that place. There is so many things, you want to know, and this particular type, you will never trace it because that child is not coming from that home. That child is not coming from that home. It's coming from another place. And then you have brought him into another shrine, another entire shrine. And then you think, sometimes you see a man is wondering, why is this child behaving like this? Why is this child? A man will stay like this and be looking at somebody you call his son and be wondering if this is my child. Do you need to wonder? Do you need to wonder? You don't really need to wonder. It's not your child. It's not your blood. It's either it's another blood or a mixed blood. That's why I said the key point is to control women. If you don't control them, there is nothing that will hold water. Nothing will hold water in this world if we don't control women. Nothing will hold water. Because if you are building, they will be scattering. If you are building, they will be scattering. I mean, without physical handle, spiritual. How about Arose now? Or you don't know? How about Arose? They are shrine. They are like a shrine. So as a man, as long as you, your wife is under menstruation, and then she cook for you, or for example, your wife has gone to sleep outside, and the money gifted to her, which is necessary for her, because she will definitely collect money, and that money is somehow being fixed to use to your food. You see, as a man, let me tell you something. As a man, it's extremely dangerous to collect any money from a woman. It's extremely dangerous, especially someone that is promiscuous. Mainly someone that is promiscuous, because if it is somebody that is not promiscuous, that one is safe. Because that money you have collected that is out of, it's like what she got from the prostitution. And she have used the money to give you, maybe to take and start business. You think she's doing you good. You take and you use it and cook. You use it and cook. You eat. You will remain there. Misfortunes will keep coming. Misfortunes will keep coming. If it's not coming to you, remember, your third generation is coming. Your third generation is coming. So don't think you will never go free. You will never go free. If you're not seeing it now, you will see it later. You will see it later. Some of you think that old things have passed away. In this case, no old thing passed away. Nothing. Every truth is truth. Come yesterday, come tomorrow. Truth is truth. This is not Christianity where old things pass away. I don't know how things will be, and then suddenly they will tell you it passed away. It will no longer be used. Just like you see some dictionaries today, they will tell you they are no longer using this English. How? Have you ever heard that in Igbo language before? That do you see how these people behave? That's the people we keep trying to follow. Eziokwu, since ị na-anụ eziokwu, onwela mgbe a pụtara sị gị that eziokwu is no longer eziokwu. It is now maybe ezunta. But these people, that is how their own is. You bring out in English after 10 years, you say that English is no more good. You now withdraw it and start using a current English, updated. That is how they updated your Bible and tell you that Old Testament is now passed away. It's now New Testament. And yet, we don't think. How can something that existed, wasn't there a reason why that thing was instituted? How come that thing now suddenly changed? So the repercussions that was seen before that thing was instituted, so that repercussion have disappeared. We have to use our brain in everything we do.